Broadcasting live from Is It Watermarked Guild-themed Basic Mountain. This is Tap Tap Concede. Welcome, everybody. I'm Graham.
I'm Cameron.
I'm James.
Nice. That worked well.
Improv game.
And today we are going to, let's count to 20 next. Today we're going to be talking about more Guilds of Ravnica spoilers because it's looking so cool. Before we get into that, of course, we'll be doing a crack a pack. And before even that, we will remind you, if I can say words correctly, that Tap Tap Concede is brought to you by Card Kingdom at cardkingdom.com/LRR. Check them out for all of your card and or kingdom needs, mostly cards though. They're great. Customer service is amazing. Shipping is super fast. And you can tell them LoadingReadyRun sent me. Button, please. And they'll give you a little one-inch button. And I don't know what the design is because I think they're just sort of pulling from the three designs that they have, which is the Who Dares Bargle with Yargle, Top Deck Lethal, Clap, 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 and Timeout Used. And of course, this show and everything we do is brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Okay, let's do a crack a pack.
All right.
Roll that dice. Die.
9.
1, 2, 3,
Do
4,
us.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This doesn't seem legit. It says legit MTG pack.
It says legit MTG
I'm gonna grab
pack.
this one as well, just in case we have to. Just in case.
That's
9
fine.
and 10.
Yeah, I grabbed 10 as well. So this says legit MTG pack. What's the pick? Written on paper, wrapped up with tape.
I mean,
Okay, it
they
looks
look like magic cards.
Looks like a magic card. This is not. Okay, let's see here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean, we're
On
starting
Brave
off.
We're starting off with a
Ravnica,
real card.
There's an Azorius charm. The problem is Paul doesn't know. Let me see if these are all from the same set. They are
No.
not. Okay. So we have an Azorius charm, which is white and a blue for an instant. Choose one. Creatures you control gain lifelink until end of turn, or draw a card, or put target attacking or blocking creature on top of its owner's library.
I mean, this is a good card.
Yeah.
There's a Thragtusk,
Oh, I picked this
Okay.
card.
which is 4 and a green for a 5/3 beast. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 5 life. When it leaves the battlefield, you get a 3/3 beast creature onto the battlefield. There's a Juanwagen des Zuchters,
The
something caravan.
vehicle, Kaladesh, taps for mana.
Someone's caravan. Cultivator's caravan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey.
Paul got there before I did. 5/5, tap to add 1 mana of any. Sorry, it's a 5/5 vehicle for 3 mana. Tap to add 1 mana and crew for 3.
I don't. Do you like this more than Thragtusk?
No.
Yeah. No.
Of these so far.
Yeah.
Precinct Captain,
Okay.
white
love this
white
card.
human soldier, 2/2 first strike. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you get a 1/1 soldier token. So that's cool.
That was a good card.
Elvish Mystic,
Okay.
1/1 elf druid,
It's-
single mana
it's-
taps for 1 green.
Llanowar Elves.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mystifying Maze.
Fixed Maze of
A
it.
slight misprint Mystifying Maze. It's like a little to the left
Oh,
in the
interesting.
border. Tap, it's a land, tap to add 1 mana, and for 4 and tap, exile target attacking creature and opponent controls at the beginning of the next end step, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control.
Mystifying
Maze. I prefer the Spires of Araska,
Yeah.
which
Absolutely.
was just actually Mazavith once you flipped it.
Yeah, but you did have to flip it. So, but what set? M11. Interesting.
Farika, God of Affliction,
Okay.
1 black green for a 5/5 legendary enchantment creature. God. Indestructible. As long as your devotion to black and green is less than 7, Farika is not a creature. And for a black and a green, exile target creature from a graveyard, and its owner gets a 1/1 black and green snake enchantment creature token with death touch.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Inquisition of Kozilek.
This is a weird pack. What expansion is this?
I mean, this is a cube pack.
Basically,
Yeah, kind of.
Single black mana, sorcery, target player reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it with converted mana cost 3 or less, and that player discards that card.
Okay.
I've never seen that art.
That's the Modern Masters.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
It was, you can tell it was originally supposed to go into the Battle for Zendikar, probably Oath of the Gatewatch with that artwork, but they were like, it's probably not.
Hey.
Brainstorm.
Yep.
Single blue, draw 3 cards, then put 2 from your hand onto your library. A foil and again, art I've never seen, Niblis of Frost.
Ooh.
2 blue for a 3/3 spirit with flying and prowess. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature does not untap during its controller's next untap step. And
It is.
Good card.
there's no,
I mean,
there's no curl on that foil.
That is a very straight foil.
This, I'm not making this up. This is not the art I remember for this card.
I'm sure this is the pack art.
Really?
Yeah, this
Wow.
is
Maybe
pack
I've
art.
just never seen it.
Yeah, that's a pack
It's
art.
possible.
Also that art.
Really?
That's promo art,
That's
I
the,
think.
Yeah, that's
Intro
the-
pack. Yeah. I guess I've just never.
Yeah.
I have never seen this card in paper, is I think what it is. And I just guess I just glaze over it on Mitgo. Ghostly Prison.
Okay.
2 and a white for an enchantment. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2 for each creature.
Yeah.
Pack Rat. 1 and a black.
Windmill
for a
Slam.
Star Rat.
Yeah, maybe.
Power and toughness are each equal to the number of rats you control. For 2 and a black, discard a card and make a token copy of Pack Rat.
Stupid pack rat.
Donnerbruch Regenten,
Oh.
which is the Thunderbreak region.
Thunderbreak
Yeah.
Regent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's,
That card's good.
that's a hammering.
2 red for a 4/4 flyer, and
Haste. No.
Flyer-
Flying.
whenever a dragon you control, including itself, becomes this target of a
right,
spell
yeah,
or
yeah,
ability, it deals 3 damage to that player.
That's definitely thinking of a different card.
Pyroclasm. 1
Okay.
and a red for a sorcery, deals 2 to each creature. And then finally, Skull Clamp.
What?
From the original, this is in very good condition. From the original expansion. It's 5th Dawn or Darksteel, I can never remember. It's the shield.
That's Darksteel.
Okay. Single mana artifact equipment. Enchanted creature gets +1/-1. When that creature dies, draw 2 cards, equip for 1. Yeah, this is cube. This is a pack of cube.
It's a weird cube. Like, there's some cards in here that probably, like, don't go in all cubes. But it's like
All right, so it's cube. What do you pack 1, pick 1? Is it Pack Rat?
I mean, there's so much strong green.
I mean, it's Thragtusk and Farika. I guess Elvish Mystics.
Elvish Mystics
but
is a huge enabler.
that's it.
so it's like if you take the pack rat, the only piece of black you're leaving, I guess, is Farika, but ignoring that for a second, you're leaving Inquisition, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, this seems like a if it's a cube, it's a like average leveled cube. I would say, right? Like, this is
Right.
clearly not a power
It's
cube.
not like a legacy cube.
And this is clearly not like even because a lot of these cards are kind of whatever, like they're fine. Yeah, I don't know. It's like pack rat probably. Like,
Actually, like, well selected. I mean,
I could skull no.
You could take Skull Clamp.
Skull Clamp's
could,
extremely
but-
powerful in the right strategy.
The problem is that it really depends on what's in the cube.
If I
Like-
don't, if I'm seeing this pack and we assume it's a pack for a cube, but we don't know anything else that's in the cube, I have to assume that if Skull Clamp is in here, then there's a reason for it,
Sure.
and then Pyroclasm to go against that strategy.
Yeah. No, I think I probably should take the pack rat.
Pack Rat's very strong.
It
I
just
think you
has
could
the-
also make like a very strong case for, well, Thragtusk, Ghostly Prison. The Caravan is
Everyone's okay.
pretty
Yeah.
good pickup, honestly. Skull Clamp is tremendous.
Yeah.
Even the Niblis of Frost
Niblets.
is... tough call.
Weird.
It's a weird pack, and there's like
Interest-
no
like-
more information on that.
Nope. Don't know who it came from.
I don't remember where we
Interesting.
got that.
Yeah.
It might have been mail time,
Nothing
but there's
on the
nothing
back.
written on it. It just says legit MTG pack. What's the pick? So I think our pick is Pack Rat.
All right, pack rat it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm glad we made sure that the card recognizer was working. Thanks for being quick off the mark there, Paul. Okay, well, let's move into the main topic of the day so that we can spend as much time as possible talking about
Spoilers.
spoilers.
So I guess we are recording this on Friday, September 14th
At noon,
at noon.
which is important because there will be stuff spoiled after.
After this.
But-
This will come out on Monday. Pre-release, by the way, Wednesday.
Yeah, it's 2 days from when you're first possibly seeing this video.
Yeah. So I believe the full set is going to be spoiled on Tuesday.
Right.
I think it might be Wednesday morning, but it will be fully spoiled before the pre-release.
Right.
But I think at this point, like a good chunk of stuff has been spoiled, including last night our card.
Yeah.
We could talk. Let's just fire off our card
Let's
first.
talk about Swiftblade Vindicator.
Yeah.
1 red and 1 white, 2 mana total for a 1/1 human soldier with double strike, vigilance, and trample.
So I definitely like this card. I definitely will play if I get to a pre-release or if I just do one online. I'll probably first pick Boros. I definitely hope to have this. This seems like a great target for Mentor. But yeah, no, this card seems sweet.
Yeah,
Three things.
I had actually, when I wrote the video that we did,
Yeah.
and I was like, it's great for your equipment and or Aura's deck. That was sort of more generally speaking. I didn't actually mention Mentor, which I probably should have. I didn't really think of it. But yeah, all the comments are like, oh, yes, this is what you Mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, making this thing even just a 2/2, 3/3. This just gets better and better
Double
and
strike
better.
trample.
I find it odd that whatever this person is has learned double strike, vigilance, and trample, but still has a lot of mentoring to do in terms of their power and toughness.
She has the,
There-
what did someone in the Reddit thread say? She has the aptitude, but not the,
The dedication.
something like that? Or
Yeah.
the skill, but not yet the ability?
She
Or
has
something?
Rushmore syndrome,
Ah.
right?
Also, I'd like to-
president of the French club, president of the astronomy club, gets D's.
Yeah.
I like to put forward trample and double strike as trouble strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trouble strike and vigilance.
Anyways, this card's sick. I'm excited to play it. What card? What next? There's so many cards.
There
I
are.
mean-
Do you want to run down the guild mages?
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
all got spoiled and they're generally pretty cool. So this time, because we had the first time in original Ravnica, City of Guilds, the guild mages were named after the guilds.
Yeah.
They were like Selesnya Guild Mage. Then they were named after the
Capitals.
yes, the area of Ravnica. Was that what it was? The capitals?
Yep.
Okay. Now they're just because the guilds actually have they have a collective noun, I guess it would be.
Yeah.
But like it's not just it's not the Is It Guild, it's the Is It League, the Simic Combine.
Golgari, Swarm.
Find out in a moment. Right, the Swarm, House Demir, the Boros Legion. Anyway, so now it's those things. So the Boros one, Legion Guild Mage, 2/2 for red and white. And I believe they're all still following the thing that they're bears. Yeah, they're
Yes.
all 2/2 for 2 things. Okay.
Yes.
Human Wizard, for 5 and a red and tap, deals 3 damage to each opponent. Yeesh. That's expensive, but it also will just kill your opponent in some number of turns.
Yep.
2 and a white and tap another target creature.
That's real expensive
very
too.
expensive for
Like
tapper.
both of these are like really expensive for what you're getting. I'm probably more excited to be, I guess, doming my opponent for 3 for 6. Just the inevitability there. But
Yeah.
you also have the ability to tap down and attack or there's versatility here, and I understand why when you put these two abilities on a card, you need to kind of you need to ramp up their expense a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like if it was a single ability on this card, it would probably be like 1 or maybe in the case of the 3 damage 2 less, like 4 mana deal 3, but it's just a 2/2 for 2. Seems reasonable, but because you have the option, it gets more expensive, and I get that, but I'm not super impressed.
I agree. I assume that it's a situation where if they made that first ability cheaper to activate, then it would be... Like, I assume they're positioning this in the realm of a limited Boros deck.
Yes, absolutely.
That it's like, if it was cheaper, that'd be too easy to just rush your opponent down low with
Yep.
creatures and then just
it's finish
whoops,
them off.
kill you
Yep.
with this Guild Mage.
I mean, even then, like 3 damage for 6, that's going to win games.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like that ability will win a lot of games of Magic,
You're gonna be sitting
especially
there-
in limited,
You're gonna be sitting there
mainly
like,
limited.
if I attack, they'll kill me with their creatures, but if I don't attack, they'll kill me with their Guild Mage.
Exactly.
But, yeah. The League Guild Mage, for Is It, this one's very exciting. 2/2 for blue and a red, human wizard. 3 and a blue, tap, draw a card.
Hey, it's Azure Guildmage, only it taps. Or Azure... Oh, they were from M12?
Azure Mage.
Azure Mage,
Wasn't it,
yeah.
weren't they just mages?
I think so.
Yeah. Or X and red and tap. Copy target instant or... Oh, it is exactly Azure Mage, but it has to tap, yeah. X and red and tap. Copy target instant or sorcery card you control with converted mana cost X. You may choose new targets for the copy. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. I mean, you're going to need a lot of mana.
I note they're all tap abilities this time.
Yes. Which makes me sad.
Yeah.
But that's probably fair.
The Return to Ravnica ones, you could do some silly things with the... What was it? The Duskmantle Guild Mage?
Yeah.
You could activate the discard drain ability multiple times for multiple iterations of the trigger going off.
Yeah, and there was like an infinite combo in that standard.
That one, yeah. Whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere this turn, that player loses 1 life.
Yeah.
So you could activate that multiple times and then make them pitch a bunch of stuff or whatever, and then that would happen however many times you activated it. And the same with the second ability there, if you had a ton of mana. But yeah, these ones all tap. But yeah, I like the League Guild Mage. Obviously that's expensive because you have to be casting the spell, and then you have to pay for that spell again +1.
Yeah. So it's like, to
copy.
copy a 3-mana spell, you're spending 7 mana, which
Yeah.
is like, yeah.
I mean,
But-
so far these all feel like
be
late game mana
Yes.
sinks.
Yes.
House Guild Mage, blue-black, 2/2 human wizard. 1 and a blue, tap. Target creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step.
It's not bad. It's aggressively costed compared to everything else so far.
Well, that's one of those things. It's like the creature has to be tapped.
Yes.
If the creature's not already tapped, it doesn't need to untap, so you're not going to get around it.
Yep.
And 2 and a black, and tap Surveil 2.
Yeah.
We've talked about
Windmill
what Surveil
Slam.
is.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Being
With
able to
Surveil on a
surveil,
stick.
Yeah, repeatedly seems pretty good. Just the level of card selection is pretty great. I do like that when you surveil in numbers greater than 1, it's like Scry in that you can put them back. You can put them both back on top, but you get to choose the order. I like that. Swarm Guild Mage, black green 2/2 elf shaman. The others were all human wizards.
Oh.
This one's an elf shaman. I don't think it's relevant, but here we are. 4 and a black, and tap. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and menace until end of turn. Whoa! That might just win a game.
Yeah.
That might just win the game right there.
Yeah. 5 years ago, this would have had fear, but yeah.
Yeah, but the others are all iterative. This is sort of like incremental kind of stuff. This might just be like, if I untap with this Guild Mage, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. Or for 1 and a green and tap, you gain 2 life.
Hooray.
I mean, sure. If
It's-
you're in
it's
a grind,
cheap.
just
Yeah.
be like, all right, end of your turn, gain 2 life.
I mean, if there are cards that care about life gain in Golgari, or in green or black.
Yeah. And finally, the Conclave Guild Mage, green and a white 2/2, single green and tap. Target creatures you control gain trample until end of turn.
Again, something that can just kill someone.
That's handy, yeah, because you often, in Selesnya, you often end up with just a bunch of big beef that can't actually attack. Because it's like, well, you can just block it.
Yeah, it's like I've got all these 4/5s, but
But for 5 and a white and tap, you make a 2/2 green and white elf knight creature token with vigilance. Ooh, there's some inevitability as well, yeah. Just pooping out 2/2s with vigilance every turn. So yeah, I don't think it's unfair to say that these are probably the least sort of the least powerful in a vacuum cycle of guild mages.
Yeah.
Of the 3 that we've seen.
Yeah. I still like them. They're still
But
good.
the overall power level of the set seems quite high. So I'm curious if that's sort of if that's why. Like if these are actually, I assume that in limited these are actually very well positioned.
I would assume so. Wizards has been very good about designing limited cards. I assume that these slot into the guild strategies very cleanly. I would have liked to see a slightly, like, on the League Guild Mage, I would have liked to have seen a loot in lieu of draw a card, but drawing, like, I'm never going to say no to draw a card, right? I think, the Surveil 2 on the House Guild Mage, these all have at least one powerful ability, right? And one that you're kind of like, I might use that, right?
What do you make of the lockets?
They are where we expect to see mana rocks these days. I assume the signets were too powerful in their environment. I didn't play it, but every draft environment I've played in that has had those signets is you take them.
They keep making the cube. You know, they keep putting the signets in the cube.
Yeah. I mean, like, these are reminiscent of what else?
Banners.
3 mana banners.
And clue stones.
Clue stones.
Now, how much were the clue stones? Sorry, I should explain the lockets. So it's a cycle of 5 mana rocks, 3 mana artifact that taps for one of the 2 colors
Of the 5 guilds present.
of the 5 guilds. So the
Yeah.
Boros locket taps for red or white, the Izzet locket taps for red or blue, etc., etc. And then they all have this other ability that for 4 hybrid mana, so in the case of the Boros locket, it's Boros, and tap and sacrifice it, you draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
Which is real good.
Yeah,
because that's very good.
The clue stones were 3 mana, tapped for either color, and then for both colors of mana and tap and sack, you draw 1 card. So this is twice the mana investment to drawing a card, but you get twice the cards.
And
but it's easier
to-
because
yeah.
it's for hybrid.
Yeah.
But it can't be colorless. So I think these are
I like them.
better than the clue stones. I also part of the reason that people really didn't like the clue stones is because Dragon's Maze was a small set.
Yes.
and
you saw
you
them
had
a lot.
all 10 clue stones were in the one set and common, and so they showed up all the time.
There was
Yeah.
chances of like 3 in a pack.
This is only 5 in a big set,
Yeah.
so you won't see them as often.
No, I think they're great. Like
I think they're really pretty, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, they're
the
gorgeous.
artwork on this is gorgeous.
I love the fact that it draws you 2 cards. I love the fact that they're hybrid mana. I was never excited to play a Clue Stone. I don't think I'm going to be like excited to play a Locket, but I'm going to feel better about playing a Locket than I did about a Clue Stone, I think.
Yeah. What were the banners? Were they the full 3 to draw a card?
No.
Did the banner sacrifice? I don't remember now.
Yeah, they did.
They did sacrifice, but I can't remember.
Oh,
It
they,
was,
They
yeah.
were, yeah. So it's the banners from cons. They were also 3 mana. They tapped for each of 3 different colors,
Yeah.
and then for all 3 colors and tap, they draw
Which
1.
was a lot more important, right? Like
Well, I mean,
the
these,
fixing was more
the
important.
fixing
Yeah.
was more important in cons than it will be here, I'm sure.
but
so.
like these were not a high pick in cons.
No, God, no. Well, I mean, they were okay. Like, again, you weren't excited. In terms of limited, I don't think you're ever necessarily excited to play any of these cards, but like they fit in that 22, 23 slot, you know. And I just think the fact that it draws you 2 cards is far more interesting than, especially like this, like the banners, like that's 3 mana to draw a card. Like, that's not good.
No, 4 mana to draw 2 cards though is a little pricey, but you know it's pretty good in Boros.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right?
like it card draw in some of these guilds that just don't get much card draw is pretty freaking good. So,
Yeah, like,
I don't know. I think they're gonna be fine.
Like non-rummaging card draw in red.
Yeah,
Cool, right?
exactly.
I think these, I mean, in sealed these are going to do a lot of work, I would expect. In draft, you might see these going around, but like the guild mages, at least to look at them, seem to suggest a slightly slower format, or at least one that does have potential to go long.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of mana sinky kind of abilities on those guild mages, especially the Legion one, which seems to suggest that even in Boros, you're going to need a long game plan, right? 2 and a white for a tap creature is expensive. That seems to tell me that Boros is going to need the ability to just take one person off the field, right? If you take the biggest guy off the field, suddenly your menace creatures get so much better. right? So I mean, in a format that has the potential to go long, I think these lockets get better.
So, speaking of the mana fixing aspect, sorry, that was trying to confirm something that I thought I read on the subreddit. I believe that they've said that the basic land slot will be gates,
Okay.
like Dragon's Maze was, which is that's a lot of fixing. Which a lot of people are like, wait, but then those fancy basics they showed off, I guess, are for the Planeswalker decks. I actually,
Yeah, or they go the
people are confused.
Yeah, I guess we'll need to see.
But
Well, if gates are coming in the basic slot, then cool. I guess we're going to see a lot of I would expect to see a lot of Grixis and Sultai decks.
time for 5-color goofball.
Yep.
Isn't I wanted to talk about this cool card that I thought I saw. Isn't there an 08 or something?
Yeah, the new Cyclops. The new Nivix Cyclops. It's 3 in a red for a 08 that has this ability that says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell,
Erratic Cyclops.
It gets plus X plus O until end of turn, where X is that spell's converted mana cost.
I love this card.
Wow.
This card is absurd.
Which is kind of I
He
guess.
looks like Nivix Cyclops with a really small head. Or I guess actually it's a Nivix Cyclops with an enormous torso and arms is really what it is. He's gotten really swole.
Never skip instant day.
It's way down the page, Paul. I don't know why it's
The
sorted
order
this way.
the order is very weird on Mythic right now. I'm
It's
very confused.
a little pricey, but it's also an 08.
It's
So it's going to
great.
stabilize you.
It's a 0-8 with trample.
Yeah.
It has trample.
And I love the flavor text is great. The league accepts no responsibility for former members and the damage they may cause.
so this is a Nivix Cyclops that's been kicked out.
Yeah.
I
That's
love it.
amazing.
Now
I
it's
feel
a shaman.
I feel
Interesting.
like it's also one of those things where doing something that gets them in trouble immediately makes you not part of the Is It Guild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're like, no, that guy that did all that damage, no, he's not part of the guild. We put him, we kicked him out this morning.
Yeah, well, you know the Is It are all over the sharing economy, right? Nobody's actually an employee of the Is It Guild. Everyone is just a contractor.
Franchisees.
Yeah, franchisees.
Love it.
Take it up with head office. No, we don't. We're not responsible for
It
this.
says right in their contract that they are not employees of Is It League. Then, I mean, while we're talking about the Is It, Union or Ionize.
Oh yeah.
One
Ionize.
red blue for a counterspell. Okay, it's a 3-mana counterspell. This is cancel. It also deals 2 damage to that spell's controller.
That's pretty cool.
It's rare.
Yeah.
Oh, it is too.
Yeah.
Wah.
Really? Huh. That feels uncommon to me, but maybe that's actually just very good.
Yeah, I mean, this
it's
reminds me
hard,
of
yeah.
Counterflux a bit.
It's harder to cast though because
Yeah.
it's 2 colors.
Yeah. I mean, and if this is where counter magic is at, then that also suggests a slightly slower format. If they're comfortable printing their cancel analog at rare,
Yeah.
then maybe that points to a slower format with more cut and thrust.
Yeah. So with the gates being in every pack, the Glaive of the Guild Pact is sort of interesting.
I saw this but did not get a chance to read it.
2-mana uncommon equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 for each gate you control, and has Vigilance and Menace equipped for 3. So it's going to get Vigilance and Menace regardless, but then it also gets an increasing plus to power depending on how many gates you have.
Interesting.
There's also there's a 6th gate in the set, which is that it's a functional reprint of Transguild Promenade / Rupture Spire called Gateway Plaza. It's exactly the same, but it's a gate now. So it's a gold land, enters tapped. When it enters the battlefield, you sack it unless you pay 1 to keep it around, but then it taps for any color.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's kind of cool. The Chamber of the Guild Pact.
I mean,
And I was gonna say there's at least one card that goes searching for a basic or a gate too.
I assume we're going to see a lot of turn 1 gate, turn 2 Gateway Plaza pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's 2 different arts for
the gates.
for the gates, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Which I guess if they're going to be in the basic slot, that makes a lot of sense.
This is all very exciting. I like this set a lot already.
Ravnica's a fun place.
Yeah, can we
I
just
like it.
talk a bit about Sonic Assault as well, the art on Sonic Assault?
I don't remember this one.
Look at how hard this guy is going.
What color is it?
It's red and blue, 1 red blue for an instant. Tap target creature. Sonic Assault deals 2 damage to that creature's controller with Jumpstart.
Oh, another.
But this guy is tearing it up out there.
Oh yeah. Disco Bull.
I think the assault
Like-
is happening to the Minotaur.
No, I think he's like showing off as like, oh yeah.
Check out my
No,
traps.
He's clearly at a discotheque.
Not traps, triceps.
Yeah.
He's grabbing his traps.
Yeah.
Why Minotaurs always? I love. This
Apparently
is why
they're
I love,
good dancers.
This is why I love the target Minotaur joke from Unstable.
Oh,
That
yeah.
it's just like Minotaurs often get used as like the creature a thing is happening to on
Like,
a card.
they always get wharfed.
Yeah.
More great flavor text. He heard stars and saw thunder.
If that has happened to you, check the back of your skull for damage.
Please consult a doctor.
I'd like to put forward for the new split cards.
Yep.
The as the collectively known as the Jane Austen split cards.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. yeah.
Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice,
Yes.
Find and Finality.
I mean, they all sound like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So speaking of split cards,
Actually, I love the idea that they're
Expansion and Explosion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jane Austen's expansion and explosion.
Jane Austen's
Connive and concoct.
invert and invent. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
It's kind of awkward, and we probably should. Invert is the first half of the split card. It reads, for 1 hybrid, is it mana at instant, switch the power and toughness up to 2 target creatures.
But James, it doesn't say until end of turn.
Yes,
that
it-
means that I
it
get
sh-
to.
It sure was supposed to, though.
Oh boy. This card will be receiving errata.
Yeah, so
I
basically,
mean-
that's it. It was supposed to say until end of turn, and they kind of messed up. And
I
it doesn't.
desperately want to turn my
So-
Cyclops into an 8-1
yeah.
with trample.
Oh, you can so easily.
Yeah, cast this.
Forever.
That's amazing. Wait. How
No,
does that
no,
stack?
no, until the end.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, until his buff wears off. Oh, no, wait. How does that even work?
Well, the errata is
Judge?
is until end of turn. Wait, no. It switch the power and toughness of.
Up to 2 target creatures until end of turn is what the card
Yeah.
errata will say.
Do we know that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh,
that just means he'll turn back into a
a 0-8.
0/8.
So-
if he lives.
I bring this up because I just want to make sure people know that that is something that will be enforced at your game store.
Yeah.
That's something that will be
Should
enforced
be
at
anyway.
Grand Prix. That's something that's going to be enforced basically anywhere that you're playing sanctioned Magic. So don't try to game people and don't let people game you with this card, especially on pre-release day. It's supposed to say till end of turn. Wizards has said that's what it was meant to say, and at least in their minds, when it comes to tournament Magic, that's how that card is going to read.
Yeah.
So you can't just say, "Well, that's what the card says," but no, that's
Also-
that's how this works.
Mystic Tutor really upped her rates.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
then the other side, which is actually kind of interesting, Invent, which is 4 blue-red instant. Search your library card for an instant card and/or sorcery card and/or sorcery card. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library.
And or.
And or,
You can get
I mean,
an
and
instant
or, yeah.
and a sorcery.
Yeah. Is opponent at 5? Get a shock and a lightning strike.
I mean, like this.
Or no, well, you can't do that. But you can
'Cause,
get like
like-
your lightning axe.
because this is uncommon, instant. Find 2 cards, put them in your hand. Like that's pretty dang good.
Yeah, actually, you know,
I mean,
like
it is
this
no mystical tutor, but that's top of the library. It's 1 card.
It,
It is only 1 mana though.
yeah, if you're paying 5 mana and you're getting the 2 cards that you want, instead of paying 3 to get 2 random cards.
Yeah. I'd like to talk about
Interesting.
Selesnya briefly because we didn't actually get to Selesnya last time, and they've finally made Imara like what you imagine Imara should be like. So she's lost a bit of stats, and she's back to the 2/2s she was originally supposed to be the last time we saw Imara Tandris. So now Imara, Soul of the Accord, is green and white for a 2/2 elf cleric, and whenever she becomes tapped, create a 1/1 white soldier token with lifelink. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Are there any enchantments that let you tap? Like Presence of Gond?
I
I don't think literally that, obviously.
I don't think we've seen anything yet. I mean,
I just want a way to tap her without putting her into combat.
well, I mean the Guild Mage, but not the same. Not the Sylvester
Well, I mean,
Guild
like,
Mage,
Convoke.
obviously, but like.
Oh, right, Convoke. Thank you, Cam.
No problem.
Yes, Convoke, the Selesnya mechanic. Oh, good morning, everybody. Yeah, so Convoke, of course, lets you tap creatures to help cast spells. So if you use Amara, you get a bonus. So that's fun. Can you... No, you can't do that. Sorry, I was trying to figure out if there was a way that you could be like, I'm tapping Amara for this Convoke, so I get this soldier.
Which I
And
also
tap
tap for
the
Convoke.
soldier.
No.
But you can't.
No.
You don't get to do that.
No.
No.
There is on the Selesnya one. This is kind of interesting new use of the Convoke mechanic.
Oh, Venerated Loxodon is 4 and a white for a 4/4 elephant at rare with Convoke. So you can cast it for cheaper. Wow, getting a cheap 4/4 would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature that convoked it.
Yeah.
No.
Card's sweet.
No.
Holy moly!
Not the face.
Card's
That's
really good.
Really strong.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for the help, guys.
Yeah.
Not the face.
That's very strong. Turn 3,
Woof.
right? Potentially.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. You've got.
Yeah.
Oh.
1 drop, 2 drop, and then turn 3, 3 mana, tap your 2 other creatures, then they get bigger, and then on turn 4 you just
Yeah, you've got a 2.
slam.
Presuming you've got a a mana dork and then
You're
your
almost certainly
guild mage or
you're
bear
like
analog.
a 2/2.
A
Your
3/3,
1/1 comes to
4/4.
2/2, 3/3/4. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Oh, I like that a lot.
How about Affectionate Indrik,
Aw.
which
you
is
seen this, Cam?
No. Kind of hilarious.
Affectionate Indrik is amazing.
It's
It's a fight creature, and the flavor is that it loves you too hard and literally pushes you off a building. The problem isn't the Indrik's enthusiasm, it's Ravnica's lack of guardrails. So it's 5 and a green for a 4/4, which is like,
yeah.
in green, that's like not terrific. But when it enters the battlefield, you may have it fight target creature you don't control.
Oh, your guild mage.
Yeah, so you just get to be like, oh, here we like it's a kill spell that you end up with it's like 6 mana removal for smaller creatures, and you get a 4/4 afterward. Look at there's cats all around. They're all like, hey, Indrik friend, and the Indrik's just like, no, I love you, and that guy's like, I'm about to die. Yeah.
So somebody has already done this Photoshop.
Sorry for those not watching. It's just Fatal Push.
Yeah, with this art.
The Indrik on it. Oh, that's so good.
People after somebody did that, saying what they really want is Fatal Push. Do the art as like from the other angle, so the guy like falling off the edge. And then looking up and just seeing the face of the Indrik looking over the edge, looking kind of confused.
But I love you.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
I'm also really excited to see Goblin Electromancer get a reprint.
Yep.
So that's cool.
They're reprinting Electromancer.
Yep.
Sweet.
Bear with upside.
Since we talked about Amara, there are 2 of the other, at the time of recording, 2 of the other guild leaders have been spoiled. So we could talk, or no, 3.
Yep.
4, all of them.
All of
Let's
them.
talk about the guild leaders, and then we can all go home. Or well, not go home, but anyway.
Too late. You said it.
Izoni, 1,000-eyed, is the Golgari leader. 2 black, blue.
Okay.
Or
Wait,
green.
Sorry, green.
Yeah, green.
Why did I say blue? I mean, so technically, sorry. Let me rephrase that. Vraska is the Golgari queen, who I believe means that she's in charge of the swarm.
Right.
But she's a planeswalker. And she actually was spoiled like almost immediately after we stopped recording the last episode, which was funny. But is only the 1,000-eyed is the rare level legendary creature.
There's
it's a little confusing.
there's a
'cause-
lieutenant and then there's a leader.
Yeah,
kind of.
But like in Izzet, Niv Mizzet is the guild leader as a legendary creature, and his lieutenant is Ral, who is a
Planeswalker.
mythic planeswalker. But let's talk about his only 1,000-eyed. 2 black, green.
Planeswalkers exist outside the power structure.
Yeah. 6 mana for a 2/3?
Seems good.
But she has Undergrowth. When a zoning Thousandite enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 black and green insect creature token for each creature in your graveyard.
Cool. Spider spawning.
I mean, yeah, right?
Yeah.
6 mana, you get a
doesn't have
2/3 and a
flashback,
bunch
though.
of 1/1s with, little 1/1 black and green insects. And then also, for black and green and sack another creature, you gain a life and draw a card. All right.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. I mean, not spider spawning.
No, but
that extra pip of toughness on the spiders was huge. But yeah, this could be cool.
She kind of carries a bunch of skull clamps around with her, just to
Yeah.
use on whatever creatures happen to be around.
Yeah. For House Demir, Lazav the Multifarious. Not nefarious. Multifarious. Black and blue. 2 mana for a 1/3.
Love it already.
2 mana 1/3. It's
2 mana 1/3. It's all I want to do. It's all I want to play.
Legendary creature Shapeshifter.
interesting.
When Lazav the Multifarious enters the battlefield, surveil 1.
Okay.
You just get to surveil for
Okay.
a little bonus. The big ability though is X. Lazav the Multifarious becomes a copy of target creature in your graveyard with converted mana cost X. Except its name is Lazav the Multifarious, it is legendary in addition to its other types, and it has this ability. So
Okay.
you just get to make Lazav the best creature in your graveyard, and you can change that whenever you want.
Being able to change it whenever you want is pretty dope.
The combo I've seen people talk about is this with Phyrexian Dreadnought,
Oh yeah.
which is 1 mana for a, what is it?
Oh, a huge thing.
Yeah, it's a huge dork, but it's like 1 mana, and then when it enters the battlefield, you have to sack a bunch of things with power equal to its total power.
The dreadnought, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, but if you're just copying it, you don't have to do that. So then, obviously, Phyrexian Dreadnought is not in the set.
No, but this is a surveil payoff. Neat,
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know. This card, I don't know. So, Phyrexian Dreadnought's 1 mana, 12/12 trample. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice any number of creatures with total power of 12 or more, or bury it. But that means just put it in your graveyard. So it's that's pretty cool.
Make those of it. It'll come up in Commander.
Yeah.
I
Like this definitely feels like a commander card, right? Like this is a new commander for somebody.
I like that Lazav the Multifarious, he's a shapeshifter, but not an infiltrator, because his name never changes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you ask, if you see some crazy, goblin or zombie or ogre or whatever, you'd be like, "Are you Lazav the Multifarious?" He'll be like, "Yeah, that's who I am."
Yeah. It's like walking around House Demir. Be like, wait, what are you doing in here? Oh, I'm Zav.
Don't worry about it.
Hey, what's up?
I mean,
Like
I
he
wonder
doesn't
how
change
often,
his name.
Yeah.
I wonder how often House Demir gets pwned by that. Right?
Yeah.
Or somebody's just walking around, stealing all the computer passwords, and they're like, "Hey, who are you?" And it's like, "Me, I'm Lazav." And they're like, "Oh, sorry, sir."
sorry, sir. All right.
There's a functional reprint of Niv Mizzet. I mean, not really,
Not really, but close.
It's very close.
So Niv Mizzet Parun, blue, 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 red, red, red. 6 mana, all of them colored mana pips, 5/5. Can't be countered,
Sure.
which, probably wouldn't be anyway, because you're the one playing blue. Flying, cool, obviously, dragon. Hey, this ability. Whenever you draw a card, Niv Mizzet deals 1 damage to any target. Oh no, now there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Also, whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery, you draw a card.
Yep. I mean,
That seems
maybe
very good.
if could be a control finisher. I mean, he doesn't protect himself. He's very good though. He's cool.
It's a 5/5.
He's a
I mean,
5/5 flyer.
can we see Locust God, Paul? He's a 5/5, so Niv Mizzet has been working out. Or no, wait, Niv Mizzet Draco Genius, I think, was a 5/5 as well.
I don't.
I only really remember the Firemind.
So Locust God was the same CMC, easier to cast because it was 4 blue red.
Yep.
4/4, smaller, flying. Whenever you draw a card, you get a 1/1 flying insect with haste. And for 2 blue red, you draw a card and discard a card, and then the god dying coming back at the end,
Yeah.
end step thing.
Okay, yeah. So I like Niv Mizzet more.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I like
Yeah.
the flexibility in being able to kill anything with Niv's ping, I think is good. The fact that it turns any player's spell into also you get to Zot something.
Like,
Yeah.
this is another, like, good lord, I don't want to play this in Commander card.
It reminds me a bit of a card that we saw earlier this podcast, which is Firebreak Regent, or Thunderbreak Regent.
Oh, yeah.
The one that whenever it was targeted by a spell or ability an opponent controls, it lightning bolts that person.
Yeah.
I love that Niv Mizzet combos with older version of himself in kind of a cool way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, whenever it deals damage to a player, you may draw a card.
You draw a card and he does it. Damn. I mean, it doesn't infinite combo. But
No,
it's just,
but yeah.
You go bunk and then bunk, bunk, bunk. And you can imagine Niv Mizzet just be like, "Hey Niv, you want to draw a card? Okay. Hey Niv, do you want to do damage? Okay."
Yeah. And then they high five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sorry.
No, I'm excited by this card. I mean, I hope to be able to play it at some point.
And over on Boros, we have Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice.
Yeah.
2 red, white for a 2/5 flyer. Got Mentor.
Yep.
Whenever this creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature with lesser power.
That's the part that kind of...
Which is weird, because
Yeah.
Aurelia's power is only 2.
But...
But you do, and that only Mentor only happens when Aurelia attacks. But she does have an effect right away, which is at the beginning of combat in your turn, choose up to 1 target creature you control. Until end of turn, that creature gets +2/+0, gains trample if it's red, and vigilance if it's white.
And that does not say target other creature, just creature. So it can target itself.
Yeah, so you get to hit with something on the turn you play Aurelia. And then on Aurelia's next turn, she's a 4/5 trample vigilance in the air.
Yep.
And mentoring a creature with less than 4 power.
Is it less than or...
Lesser power.
Lesser power, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think it really is pretty good.
I like this card a lot. It's definitely, like, made up by that last bit of text, though.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna lose games to it.
Yep.
Are you picking Boros for the? You said you were gonna pick Boros.
Yeah.
For the pre-release.
For the first time I do a pre-release, I'm curious to see how they do. Have they said if they're doing it? I don't think they've said anything if they're doing pre-release stuff on Arena yet.
I have
they?
no idea. I don't even think there's sealed deck on Arena yet.
Yeah, that's the thing is that like I would love it if there was.
I don't think there's any reason, like mechanically, that they couldn't, because they already have the same deck building screen.
Yeah.
After you draft is sort of like, okay, build a deck. This is your limited card pool.
Yeah.
So I don't see why you couldn't be like.
I mean, if it's not there, then it'll be in
the thing.
Mitgo, and I'll definitely be doing a few of these in Mitgo for sure. And
Yeah.
Boros will definitely be the first one I take. I'm still like, I don't know if you talked about this last time. I'm not super crazy about the seeded packs. I mean, it's something that they did a lot of in the past, and people got burnt out. And they heard that burnout, and they were like, okay, we're not going to do that anymore. I think it's fine to bring it back for this.
Yeah. Well, wasn't Return to Ravnica the first time they did that?
It might have been, yeah.
And then they did it all the way up through cons.
Yeah.
And it was like,
It's just like, stop. Yeah, like, we just want to open the cards and do what we want to do and not just sort of, like, feel shoehorned into a guild. So I see them doing it for this one. I see them doing it for the next one, because presumably that'll be the next 5 guilds.
Yeah, it will.
My assumption would be for the third one, it won't be choose your guild, because I think that's probably just too much work at that point, because now you're making 10 guild packs, which just from a financial standpoint seems like a pain in the ass. But
Well, yeah, especially if one of them is somewhat softer than the others, and you just wind up with like stacks
because
of
it's
unsold,
like 5 packs of the set and 1 seeded pack of whatever guild you pick, I believe. So yeah,
I assume you're going to go with Is It?
Actually, I think I will go with Dimir, because I'm intrigued by, is it Dimir and Golgari? And Dimir's Surveil keyword supports both Izzet's Jumpstart and Golgari's Graveyard mechanics. Undergrowth.
Yep.
So I think Dimir itself looks fun and looks interesting, and I like making decisions. And if I get like good cards, hopefully, I can support a more YOLO Izzet strategy or a more patient, grindy Golgari strategy.
Yeah.
in 3 colors, especially knowing that gates are available at common, the lockets are available at common.
Yep.
I don't know.
Did I tell
Like which
you
one
I
you'd
took
pick?
the
Yeah.
I just assumed you'd windmill slam
Selesnya.
Selesnya.
Right?
Yeah.
Probably, but Golgari and Boros also really interest me.
Yeah, like it.
I mean,
I
you-
will windmill
you-
slam Boros for this. I'll windmill slam Rakdos for the next one.
Oh
Yeah, like if there's 4 colors you're interested in, pick the center one. Right? That way you can go 3 color.
I'm curious to see
Right, like-
how feasible that is with this set. So
It feels like it should be okay, although you're
So that
opening
means-
6 packs at pre-release.
Yeah, so
That's
that,
only 6 cracks at a gate.
that would be Selesnya, because that is the one in between
Yes.
Golgari and
Yeah.
Boros.
Yeah. Did I tell you I took the guild quiz?
Oh yeah.
Rakdos.
sure.
Yeah, right.
I was like, huh,
I mean,
all right.
of the ones that are going to be in the next set, are you more Rakdos or Azorius?
I like playing blue-white, but the Azorius irritate me.
Yeah, so probably Rakdos then.
Yeah, it's like Kathleen said on a podcast a couple of months ago when we opened a pack of Homelands.
Oh yeah.
I think, and one of the cards was like droning bureaucrats. And her comment on it was like, yes, the subtype bureaucrats, the thing we all think of when we think high fantasy magical battles.
Yeah.
Like you're 13 years old playing at your kitchen table and your mother comes and looks and is
Mom,
like,
what's a bureaucrat?
it's like, what are you doing, honey? It's like, I'm playing with my bureaucrats. All right, honey, you have fun.
Enjoy
Or not
it.
droning bureaucrats, it was a different bureaucrat from Homelands.
Lord.
There you go.
Ace and bureaucrat.
Ace and bureaucrats.
Wow. Ugh,
Anyways, I'm gonna make an advisor commander deck now.
I think that'll be good. Please do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's so many cards. There's
Yeah.
an entire set of cards, and we'll hear them all when we do nicknames, I'm sure. But for now, I think we'll leave it there. You'll get to see the whole thing in just a couple days at the pre-release. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be us and our guests, Sam, aka Aristic Studies, Jordine, aka MTG Sickly, Hallie Santo from Card Kingdom, and Nate Price, the Price of Progress from Wizards of the Coast. And it's going to be a fun day. I'm really excited to get my hands on these cards because the set looks so cool.
Yep.
But for now, I think that'll neatly do it for Tap Tap Concede. A reminder that the show is brought to you by Card Kingdom at cardkingdom.com/LRR. And of course, always by you at patreon.com/LoadingReadyRun. So until next time, I'm Graham,
James.
And I'm Cameron.
and we will talk to you next week. Bye.